was a warm Saturday morning when Angela finally had the chance to sit on her porch with a cup of coffee. She had recently moved back into the home she inherited from her grandmother, a modest but beautiful house that had been in her family for over 50 years. To Angela, it wasn't just a house. It was a piece of her history, a place filled with memories and roots. But not long after she settled into her chair, she saw HOA Karen striding up the sidewalk with her trademark clipboard and a look of exaggerated self-importance. "Excuse me?" Karen snapped, hands on her hips. "You can't just sit here like you own the place. This house belongs to the community now, and you need to leave." Angela blinked, stunned at the audacity. "I do own this house," she replied evenly. "It's been in my family for generations. I have the deed and everything. You don't have any right to tell me to leave." Karen rolled her eyes and scoffed as if Angela's words meant nothing. "I don't think so. People like you don't usually live here. You must be renting, squatting, or worse. I'll give you 10 minutes before I call the cops." She tapped her watch for emphasis, making sure her voice carried across the street to the neighbors peeking from their blinds. Angela, refusing to be intimidated, went inside and retrieved the neatly framed deed that her grandmother had proudly kept on the wall. When she returned, she placed it directly in Karen's hands. "Read it? My name is right there. The legal owner of this property." Karen's smirk faltered as her eyes scanned the document, but she quickly snapped back, unwilling to back down. "Fake. You people are always trying to trick the system. The police will sort this out." True to her word, she pulled out her phone and dialed 911, loudly declaring that a trespasser was refusing to leave her neighborhood. Minutes later, squad cars pulled up. Karen immediately rushed to them, pointing at Angela like she was a criminal. But instead of arresting Angela, the officers calmly asked her for identification. Angela handed over her ID and deed, both perfectly matching. The officers turned to Karen, their expressions growing stern. "Ma'am," one officer said sharply, "this is her house. She's the rightful owner. You've just wasted emergency resources with a false report." Karen's face turned pale. As the neighbors began stepping outside, whispering about what they had just witnessed, Angela stood tall, her calm demeanor never wavering. For once, Karen had no comeback. The unbelievable part? Instead of Angela being forced out, it was Karen who was fined, reprimanded, and later voted out of the HOA board. Sipped her coffee again, reclaiming her peace, her house, her legacy, and her dignity intact.